cry is no ordinary crying game. Those tears and those facial contortions are the product of our complete emotional unraveling. In a sense, we are powerless to the ugly cry, both as the ugly crier and the ugly cryee who is watching the ugly crying happening. Who among us can watch Claire Danes cry, or Bethan's show impersonating Claire Danes cry, and not feel a little something, even if that something is, whoa girl. But why do we ugly cry? I mean, isn't it kind of illogical that we are essentially wired to make ourselves look as repulsive as possible when we are also as emotionally vulnerable as possible? Why did nature do this to me? The basic physiology of why ugly crying is so ugly has to do with our blood vessels dilating in order to push those emotional tears up and out of our tear ducts. Because believe it or not, our tears aren't just like waiting in the wings for, I don't know, Beyonce to drop a new video and us to just be like, it's too much. My tears are in formation. Not surprisingly, studies have found that ugly criers have an emotional impact on ugly cryees, engendering empathy, compassion, even guilt or shame if the ugly crier, of course, is crying about something that cryee had done wrong. As a result, we respond to crying faces versus non-crying faces with more support and less avoidant behavior. In other words, ugly cries bring out our softer side, and our uglier side, and our softer side, which is also the same as our ugly side. But research also suggests that we ladies and our ugly crying is actually a superpower. Back-to-back studies in 2011 and 2012 both found that women's emotional tears lower men's sexual attraction, rates of testosterone, and physiological signs of arousal, because apparently our lady tears contain some kind of chemo signal, which is a major mood killer for dudes who are attracted to women. So if we consider how crying is an up-close signal of distress, not something that people for miles around can see, thank God, and considering how research finds that men are not as great at reading non-verbal cues, perhaps women evolved this whole ugly cry thing as a way to say, dude, take me seriously. You are not sexually aroused right now. These are obviously not crocodile tears, and there's no mistaking that something is wrong. And when I say something is wrong, I mean you make those pizza rolls for two. Because before we had emoji, how did we accurately communicate any feeling? You know?